Today's episode, we're gonna find out which angle finder is the best, so stay tuned. Welcome to Fix This House. If you're new to the channel, consider pressing the subscribe and notification bell so you can always be in tune on DIYs, how-to videos, and product reviews that I do within this channel. So friends, make sure you watch to the very end of this video because I'll be going over all the pros and the cons for each one of these products. And I'm also going to go over the cost breakdown of each, which one is the best price for your wallet. So with that being said, let's get to it. First one is, this one's by General and it is a digital T-bevel. This one is the general angleizer. Next one is the Bora Portamate. Slide it up and down. And I'll show you more of the features of this later on. The next one is a simple tool, aluminum saker. Very well made out of aluminum. The Sawset Pro, which will need a T-bevel in order for it to be used, but it is very accurate. And you'll see why. Let's start off first with this last one that I just mentioned, Sawset Pro. Let's figure out how to use this using this T-bevel. Now I don't have just a regular T-bevel. We're just going to turn this off for now. So in these four products, we're going to be conducting two tests, and that's going to be one for the outside corner of my wall and one from the inside corner. So we can compare which one is the most accurate in finding the miters for the inside and outside. So with that being said, let's get to my wall. It's less than 90 degrees, and you can kind of determine that just by looking at the angle. So with that being said, on your Sawset Pro, it says place bevel here. If you look at the Sawset Pro, it's pretty awesome that it has this little raised area right here. So when you place your T-bevel, just like that, it kind of stops it. It's gonna go to the other side. We're reading about 44.5. So let's mark that on our notes. 44.5 degrees. And you can see that it's hitting right at 45. This next tool that we're going to be using is this digital T-bevel, but first, before we use it, we're going to have to recalibrate it every time we use it. So with that being said, we're going to have to put it in the start position like so. Make sure that the blade is inserted like that, and we're going to press 0 in order for that to be zeroed out. After you do that, then you can move it around. Reading 86.3. So in order for us to get one side of the miter, we're gonna have to divide this in half. Divided by 2. So our angle is at 43.15. So now I'm gonna reset it again. Now you don't really need to zero it out every time. It's just me so that we can, make sure that we have accurate reading. So there you have it. I'm reading exactly 90 degrees. This is pretty cool. Let's try this out. So if you think about it, if you place this onto the protractor, like so, so it's showing 90 and it's showing 45. Let's move it up to the 40, like so. It's at 79.9. 35 times 2, that should be around 70, like that. It's reading at 69.8. So you can kind of tell that this is off by point something, 0.1 to 0.3. So that's kind of neat and interesting to compare both of these two. So the next one we're going to test out is the Saker protractor. Very easy to use as well. Let's start off with the outside corner first. What I like to do is I like to cross it up like this, and you're gonna form it to the angle like this. There you go. So it is pointing at the 47 mark, 45, 46, 47. I don't know if you can read that. Again, that's one of the disadvantages of this one. There's a lot of small little tick marks. So if you're having a hard time reading things, this might be a little difficult for you. So that's for single cut. 47 degrees. We'll measure the inside corner. We're gonna place this like this. Okay. There, it's reading right at 45. So friends, if you're enjoying this video so far, please hit that like button down below. It'll greatly help out the channel and help this video spread out and help more people. So with that being said, let's go back to the video. So the bore tool I chose to do last because it doesn't really have any measurement or any tick marks that you can measure. It's pretty much just like a forming tool. What you form is what you get kind of thing. And what I mean by that is that when you flare this out, you can pretty much go and move the arms around like that. Like for this corner, we can do that. And once you form it, you lock it in place just like so, and you pretty much take out one of the arms. Okay, you take out one of the arms. Now you're going to place this edge against the miter saw, and you're going to use that new angle to cut it. It's pretty much what it is. It mimics the angle, and it doesn't actually use any measurements or whatnot. Before we go and test this out, let's go cut all these miters on the baseboard, and we'll see which one gets the closest. We're gonna go with our Sawset Pro. We're not gonna bother with the inside because they all measure 45, but I'm gonna go start with the outside. Let's go start with the Sawset Pro, which is 44.5. Let's set our miter saw at 44.5. That's the top part. Is that, so you can get a better view, it's right there, 44.5. So the next one we're doing is the digital T-bevel, 43.2 degrees. So it is reading at 43.2, 40, 41, 42, 43, and just a hair left of it, 43.2. 45, 46, 47. 45, 46, 47. So here's all our measurements. Actually, I misspelled that one, Sawset. So this one's Sawset Pro, outside, all 45 inside, digital bevel, Saker. Now let's get to the other one, the last one that I was talking to you about. And I'm going to show you how to do it because it goes by memory, not by measurement. This pull out one side and it flares out like that, and you kind of see these wings. You can push up like this, form it right there, mimic it, and then tighten it up. Push down on one of the wings. Now you can just take this out. So this is the angle we're going to place right against the fence of the miter saw, and this is the angle we're looking for. Place this against your fence. Move around your saw. Let me show you how it grazes it on the edge right there. I'm gonna lock it right here. It's reading at 44 degrees. Matching closest to the Sawset Pro. Let's go and open this up and let's measure. Okay, so let's go right there. So we're gonna take off this side and let's see if this measures 45 and if it matches with the other three. It's sitting, it's at 45 degrees. So now is the moment of truth. Let's go and test all this out. Which one comes the closest? Alright friends, let's go over the Sawset Pro outside measurements. Let's see how well this fits on this one. What do you guys think? I didn't apply any CA glue on this or any super glue on that. The top. So next up is the digital T-bevel. Huge gap. Let's look at the top. Yeah, the top has a gap, presses together. You see, you still have that 1/4 inch gap right there. So far, the Sawset Pro 44.5 is on point. The digital T-bevel 43.2 is not on point. Let's go now with the Saker with the 47 degree, and let's see how that is. Let's go with the Saker 47 degrees. There's a little bit of gap right on the bottom, but that just might be my miter saw a little bit off. But overall, it's pretty tight right there. If you look at the top, gap at the top, but that's okay because it's a little wider, 47 degrees. But yeah, so far, that's a pass. Let's go try out now the last one, which is the Bora. As you can see there, we have a close fit, just like what I expected because it has the same measurement as the Sawset Pro. The tight right at the top, you can see that it's nice and close. Measured 45 on this corner, so I just did all 45. Let's see how it goes. And that is 45. Definitely looks nice and tight. Another thing that I want to mention about the board that I kind of don't like is that you see how big this is? This is about, let me get a tape measure. 11 inches long compared to the other ones. This far out is the biggest out of all of them and the thickest as well. Another one that I don't like about this is that since one of the arm comes off, if you accidentally just take one of this, for example, it kind of disconnects like that, and you always have to feed it to, you gotta feed it back onto the little lock pin in the middle. Just always remember that the stagnant arm is always gonna be on the right side. So this one, well, left side if you're facing this way. If it gets too much on the edge, I don't know if you can move the wings or not, but if you press it, it kind of goes off. See, if I let go, it comes out. So you kind of have to hold it like this while you tighten. Sometimes you got to hold both ends and then tighten it like that in order for the angle to stay. Because if you don't, like so, let me loosen it, it flares inwards. But overall, it did the job. I mean, it measured it, it mimicked it performance-wise. Cost-wise, this costs about $25 on Amazon. So if you're interested on this, I'll leave the link on the description down below. The next one I want to talk about is a digital T-bevel. The things that I don't like about this is that, again, it's digital. We run out of batteries. I mean, it pops out on the bottom. I mostly carry AAAs and AA batteries, not flat batteries like that. Another thing is that you always have to recalibrate it to go to 0. I don't think you always do, but for me, I kind of have that tendency where I always just have to put it back onto 0 on the starting position and press 0 to 0 out what it says on the middle. Also, you saw the results on how it performed on the outside corner. It still has that gap. I don't know, probably it's just the way I probably measured it, but that corner definitely wasn't, it just fell. How do I get this back on? If you just use it just like a regular T-bevel, maybe that will just work as well. This is the way, all the way in, you press 0 and it's 0. But if you just leave it a little hair up like that, for example, and you press 0, it will still say 0. It is nice sized for putting in your pocket or whatnot. And as you can use it just for a regular T-bevel, that's another pro side. The price of this is a little bit more than the Bora. This one costs at $28 on Amazon. So again, friends, yeah, $28 for this. You make the decision whether it's worth it or not. But again, I'll leave the link also in the description down below if you want one of these. Next one that I'm gonna go over is this Saker protractor. Con-wise, I don't see anything other than this might be a little too tight. But again, there's a little nut at the back where you can probably loosen to make it function a little stronger. But I kind of like that tight feeling to it so that when you're measuring, it doesn't move or slip. It's like, you want it tight actually, because if you put it right against something, it won't move or whatnot. It will stay still and you'll be able to see it while you're reading and it stays in place. There is a con. The con ones that I don't like, if you have bad eyes like me, it's hard to read the inside right here. So if they probably made the inside markings a little bigger, a little more visual, it'll be perfect. It's definitely one of the ones that I keep in my tool bag. And you saw a video on this before. I made a separate video actually on this. Check out this link right here. You can put this right in your pocket. It's strong. It's made out of aluminum. Price wise, this costs $21 on Amazon. I'll leave the link also in the description down below. Yeah, so that's the Saker protractor. So last but not least is the Sawset Pro protractor. Now this is a very useful tool. I have nothing wrong to say about this, but the only thing that sucks about it is it doesn't come with a T-bevel. Overall, if it did come with a T-bevel, or just it came with a set with it, it'll be perfect. The first one that we tested out, and it was dead on the spot. The butt joints were nice, tight, crisp. It was easy to use. You just pretty much put your T-bevel on the bottom and it reads it. Easy peasy. You know, it's hard plastic. You drop it, this will definitely last you a long time. And the greatest part about it, it's the cheapest out of all of them. If you look on Amazon, this thing costs $18. For the cost, for what it is, for the build, and for the way that it's so easy to read, again, that's another plus. It's very, very easy to read for $18. That's pretty awesome because I got bad eyes and I can see it. It has a single side, double miter side. It's a dual thing. So again, if you're interested on this, friends, all the tools that I used in this video, all 4 of those products, I'll leave the link on the description down below. Check it out. Again, friends, that's pretty much it for this review. Let me know in the comment section below what you think is the best one, which one you like, which one you would try. And again, friends, if you own one of these, let me know in the comment section down below what's your experiences on any of these measuring tools, again, for measuring out miters and whatnot. So if you found this video super helpful, friends, please, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that like button, you press the subscribe, and you press that notification bell. And if you're interested in more videos like this, compare and contrast, let me know in the comment section below what you want me to review next, and I'll consider and put it on my to-do list. And I'll see you, friends, in the next video. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.